guess we should probably start the podcast then.
Okay, let's start the podcast. This counts as the real start.
Welcome back to the Charles Owen experience, mate.
Yeah, it is a warm welcome, I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, from a cold hand.
To be fair, this is, all right. That's fine.
Okay, we'll just stop there. It was getting a bit clammy.
You all good?
Yeah.
What's up, mate? Nah, jokes aside, it's really good to see you. We had a really, really good dinner last night, didn't we?
Oh, it was excellent.
John's house,
Shout out, Mr.
fantastic.
John.
Some pork. Christian was also there. I'm really happy he was
in attendance. Yeah. Well, he was only there for a short while because he had another pork dinner to go to straight after.
Yeah, obviously.
Which would have been much nicer, I'm sure.
Yeah,
with
obviously that, yeah.
Some of his mates, some of his best mates from school.
Yeah, best mate, obviously.
Like and subscribe, everyone.
Yeah,
for Christmas.
You guys got to do a better job liking and subscribing. If you're new to the it's just slowed down a little bit. Keep liking, keep subscribing.
Jesus.
One of the YouTube comments last week said, "Fellas, you should probably stop the podcast."
Was it Freddie?
It could have been an alias of Freddie.
It had to be Freddie, surely.
Could have been an alias.
What was the reasoning? Just straight up.
I don't think he was happy with our political views. Maybe because it wasn't more of a political podcast last week talking about Donald Trump, the demise of Liver King as well. Not the demise, that means the death. Beautiful. The downfall of Liver King. You wouldn't fucking believe it. I'm here in Poland. You need to go watch that video of Liver King. It's going to be, the thumbnail is him and there's a little like green frog in the background. And he's literally like in a teenager's bedroom.
Thumbnail is someone else. That's why it's hard to find.
Someone else and
it's
there's
the Polish fella.
You wouldn't fucking believe it. I'm here in Poland. He's smoking a dart. It's amazing.
Smoking a cigarette.
Guys, let's also take the opportunity to shout out Parry Athletic Wear. They're doing a collaboration with Westside Barbell. I'm sure many of our listeners have heard of Westside Barbell. The Conjugate Method, 4 days. It's a great. It's great.
Maybe we can do a segue into the Conjugate Method after this piece from our sponsors. Parry Athletic. Do you want to talk about? Yeah. So basically, they have like a whole range on their website. If you go to Parry / Westside Barbell, you type it into Google, click on the top one.
We'll get the link in there.
And yeah, they have like hoodies, t-shirts, caps. They even got a jacket if you want to spend a bit more. And it all looks, depending on your style, I suppose, it all looks a bit, bit nice, doesn't it? So go and have a look, fellas.
So what it is, it's the Westside Barbell collection with Parry. Check out the links below. If you buy stuff, you're going to help support the podcast and obviously help support Parry. So that's really important.
Let's not beat around the bush. We are getting paid. And if you buy some stuff, we will continue to do so. And you'll get more quality.
And the stuff's fucking sick, to be fair. Check the link below. They've got a pre-order sale at the moment. I believe that pre-order finishes
15th of November.
A mere month away, a mere few days away.
A few days, good lord.
So yeah, check it out below. Shout out Parry Athletic. Collaboration with Westside Barbell and the Conjugate Method.
Damn.
Should we talk about the Conjugate Method?
Yeah, go on then, because I actually don't know what it is.
People fucking love the Conjugate Method. Basically what it is, it's a 4-day training split where you'd go upper body dynamic, where your workout is based around a bench press or pressing overhead, and then you have accessory exercises around that. You're going to have a max effort day where you're looking to, get that on, mate. You're going to have a max effort day where you're going to look to lift as heavy as possible. It could be 6 sets of 3 or 8 sets of 2, whatever it is. You're just trying to lift as heavy as possible for that day. And then you're going to have accessory movements that would help you ultimately look to build that bench press up or overhead press up. And then the same would be for that's the max effort day. Then you'd have a dynamic upper body day as well. And that's where you're going to be lifting, 70, let's say between 65 to 75% of your maximum weight, but at much faster paces. So that way you're going to help improve the speed of which you can move heavy weights. It's also going to help improve your technique. And then around that dynamic effort, you're going to have some plyometrics, perhaps some loaded jumps in there as well, and then some accessory exercises, all built around helping to build that pressing exercise up.
And that is 4 or 5 days a week.
Yeah, and then obviously you're going to have a max effort lower body day and a dynamic lower body day as well, where you're going to be concentrating on a deadlift and a squat. And the idea is to, mix between having a maximal effort day and a dynamic one where you're moving lighter weights relative to your maximal, but quickly.
But fast,
mate.
And what do you reckon to it, lad?
I like it. Yeah, it's good, to be fair. People love it. But I think why people love it is because it's fun. And ultimately, you're going to get great results from it because you're going to be more consistent with your training. It's just strength training at the end of the day, and that's what we know works. If you're consistent with your strength training, if you're squatting heavy, deadlifting heavy, and you've got some nice accessory exercises that are going to, play as a pillar to help build those bigger lifts, it's an excellent form of training. So there's many methods you could choose, but that's why the Conjugate Method is very popular.
What's so fun about it? Hey?
If you like lifting weights, it's fun. Because you get to do a max effort day where you get to try and lift as fucking heavy as you can, and you've got a dynamic day where you get added some plyometrics, moving things quickly, lighter weights, but you can fucking rip it off the floor. And they like the chains and accommodating resistance as well with the bands, which is going to help try and increase your rate of force development. But also, if you're lifting very heavy stuff, that's also going to help your rate of force development because the intent is to try and lift a fucking heavy weight as fast as you can.
Yeah. Right.
So it's good. That's the Conjugate Method in a breakdown.
4 a week, though.
It's 4 a week, though, yeah.
How long would the session be, let's say, if we were to switch over?
It'd probably be the same length, 75 to 90 minutes, realistically.
Each session for 4?
It could be shorter, but, we love the pliers. And, I think ultimately all of these weight sessions are going to be between 60 and 90 minutes because you're going to have rests in between, a bit of chit-chat in between. I would say.
Yeah.
But I prefer the 2 to 3 day split of full body workouts, if I'm being honest with you.
As in, we would have to just do 2 extra sessions to make that work.
Yeah.
Right, so it's just more work.
It's more work.
Okay.
Whereas we can get the same amount of work done across 2 full body sessions.
Yeah. Well, that seems like a better plan.
It's a better plan.
Hold on. Yeah. 2 divided
minimal
4
effective
divided
dose.
by 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. But people who love lifting, it could be a great option for you.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, Dante said that he loves lifting.
Dante loves training, mate.
Yeah.
He fucking loves lifting.
He loves lifting. Even before he loved jiu-jitsu.
He's a strong cut. Yeah. If you really fucking love lifting, a 4-day split of going upper, lower, the Conjugate Method could be a great option to do that with.
Genius.
Shout out Westside Barbell, shout out Parry.
Wow. That was well timed. Okay, I'm going to get some questions up if you don't mind, Char.
Okay.
God's sake. I actually don't know where they've gone. It looks like they've all been deleted. This is madness. No, there they are. All right, cool. Right. Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Plan for improving Ozbek's jiu-jitsu game so he never loses again. What does he need to level up?
Guard passing. Bottom from sweeping. Surely that's it.
Well, sweeping passing from guard, attacking from guard.
Attacking from guard, and guard retention, not getting past, and passing, would you say?
Yeah, but if it would just be one.
Surely passing. What do you think?
I think he should work on finishing from the back.
Getting to the back?
Getting to the back and finishing from the back, not guard passing. Yeah.
There you go.
It's a long skill to learn, and there's also other skills that are, is the word requisite?
Mm-hmm. Prerequisites.
Whatever, for being effective from there, which would be mount and side control and half guard. So passing is quite a lot, whereas just wrestling and scrambling to the back, just putting hooks in from turtle. Obviously, you need to be able to attack from top pins as well, because people, when you're in turtle, they're going to turn and face you and give up mount or something. But I would say for him, getting to the back, finishing from the back, trapping arms and all that kind of stuff on good people, that is what should come next. And also scrambling better to the back, like being able to invert, roll through, and actually end up on the back rather than off the back.
It's a high percentage finish from the back, isn't it?
It and also it's just an easy way to win a match. If you get someone on someone's back for 3 minutes, you've definitely won that round.
Definitely.
And I mean, you might be tired afterwards, to be fair. Whoa. Oh, that's really distracting.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Actually, I quite liked it, but it's just something to think about, isn't
my
it?
My foot was touching your foot. Yeah, so go on now. Don't let me interrupt.
Back
finishing.
That is it. Get to Jesus Christ. Back finishing. Basically, if you get to the back in a match, most of the time you're going to win that match. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but let's get a stat up on that. And
Limmy, get that
Limmy.
Less impressed, more involved. He listens to podcasts.
Jamie.
Yeah, I would like. It's going to be a high percentage, isn't it?
Yeah, and also, some people are just hard to finish with the legs. They're really slippery. You want to also have another good finish. And also, he gets 100% as quite a lot on people. The natural follow-up is getting to the back. You want to be able to trap arms and all that kind of stuff.
Lovely. Go, take it away, boss.
Robbery. Okay, watched much PGF.
Hey?
That was leaving a bitter taste. Watched much PGF. Thoughts on how viewer-friendly this is compared to other promotions?
Shout out Marcin. He's doing very well.
Marcin is doing sick, to be fair.
Every time
it's over though now, isn't it?
Did he win the whole thing?
No, he lost to Chris Wojcik by overtime escapes.
Oh, damn.
Chris Wojcik then lost to Ryan Aitken, and Ryan Aitken... I think Ryan Aitken won it. That was it. That was the finals. Ryan Aitken beat Paul Ardilla. I think Ryan Aitken just won everything on overtime. Like, it's like a league format, and then the top 8 from all the different teams, doesn't matter what team you're in, just go to a finals thing. They fight for the 20K, and I don't know if there's any bonuses and that kind of stuff. And yeah, it was quite entertaining. It was a bit weird in that there's just sofas around the edge of the mat. It's kind of like a circle jerk. I'm sorry.
It's like
it's kind of like a mandingo. Like, is that allowed to say?
You can say whatever you want on this podcast. Boss. You already know that. It does give off a bit of a sex dungeon vibe. Like,
it is just a bit like
just wanking over these fellas, which I would. I'm not obliged to that. If there were some fellas who wanted to do that,
it's just very Django, right? People sat around making them fight whilst they're just sat on the cushion in front of you, and there's like awful breaks going on. It's
yeah.
Anyway, maybe that's what makes it so exciting.
What would you like to improve upon that?
I actually thought it was very good. I really enjoyed all the matches. So that said, maybe I'm the problem. But one thing that I thought was, obviously, it's new-ish PGF. I don't know, not that new. They've done 7 seasons, but the stalling calls were pretty consistent. I liked it. It was like, even if you're on bottom, if you're not like, working to
work.
If you're really not working like consistently, if you're just kind of chilling and being reactive or something, then they're not going to give it. They're going to start giving you stalling calls, and you have a shot clock, which is do something within 30 seconds, which I think is pretty good.
I like that.
Yeah, and then it's not just like do some bullshit. It has to be like, oh, did he do enough? Not really. Is he going to do something else? Cool, that was enough. Or they just reset from the back, not on the back like in the turtle position, but most of the time from the turtle position, the guy doesn't really score the back. He just gets like tight chest to chest, and then the guy will push away, and then there'll be a bit more of a scramble and so on. But I thought it was pretty good. Just the stalling calls are like, it's hard to say if someone's being active or, because there's you need a bit of subterfuge, right? You can't just spaz the whole time, and like you're not gonna trick anyone if you're just going full retard all the time. You could cook someone from top, but from bottom, I feel like you need a bit of trickery in that, and trickery doesn't happen when you're going full retard. Basically,
no, it doesn't.
Yeah, it's got to be like it
was entertaining though. Look, lots of breaks, lots of people just letting their shit break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just thinking about.
Yeah.
Can we Google is Mandingo up there with like other racist terminology?
What's Mandingo?
That's what they call the fighters in Django, where they have them where they're sitting around but it might be a racist.
Mandingo
thing.
meaning.
It might be a racist term.
The term Mandingo itself comes from the name of cultural and ethnic groups in West Africa who speak Manding language. Slang for
it's right. We'll probably mildly cancelable, but
we didn't know. Now we know.
Right, we're not to say that
mildly cancelable.
No, you shouldn't say that.
To be honest, our last pod. Okay, you don't know. Mandingo fighting refers to. No, you're right. Mandingo fighting refers to the brutal practice that was indeed real. Fighting, basically. Yeah.
Fighting.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, anyway.
Right. Yeah. There you go.
Right, other than that, I just think maybe like some kind of edge to the mat that isn't
Edging.
People's feet.
Yeah.
Would be good, but yeah, I really enjoyed it anyway.
Love this.
There's well, you got a question?
No, but just look at this scan someone sent in.
A scan.
Look at what you can see on the scan. Look at what you can see. Right, so someone sent in a scan. They'll go unnamed, but you can literally see their cock in the scan.
Should we like show it on the camera?
I would love to.
Go on, show it on the camera. Zoom in a little bit. Is that allowed?
Yeah,
I mean, it's just it's a scan.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't want to give away. It's a scan of someone's hip, and you can see their cock in the hip. So
you can mostly see their ball sack.
Fair play to them. All right, and the question was, can I squat with this hip is deformed? Right. All right. So yeah, you can see questions. Yeah.
Can I have Like 5 minutes alone with it.
You want to wank to it. Yeah. I think I wonder what kind of place you're in if you're asking like really specific injury questions onto a podcast for some fellas. I mean, look, honestly, if you've got some like hip displacement or something, you should really see a physio. Or if it's like you've got like a really like chronic or acute injury, get some physio work done. Get on the David Gray rehab, look at some rehab pages, and you can, set your...
What an image to send in. That so good. He's got to be trolling.
Yeah.
I need to check out
it must be a troll.
It must be trolling.
It's really good, though. I don't know if you can squat with this hip if it's deformed. I don't know.
You can't actually answer this guy's question.
No, because I don't know if you can. Like, if you're asking these questions into a podcast, like...
what kind guy of with the hip sent in two, one of the scan.
The scan and one of the questions. Like, bro, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like... I had my friend's got a podcast. Shout out Angus Bradley. I'm going to go on his pod in Australia, and it's just like, what kind of, if you're asking like really specific injury questions to like a few fellas on a pod, like go see a specialist, mate.
Imagine some advice we gave actually worked.
Well, here's an easy one. Best rehab after a meniscus repair surgery.
All right, to be fair.
Which you had. I mean,
no, I had the removal actually.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, mate, I'm sorry. Similar. I don't think the repair goes that well. Usually,
not for jiu-jitsu.
The percentages aren't looking that good. I mean, look, what you're looking to do is you want to restore full range of motion back into the knee. You can do that, but by building back in strength around the quads and the hamstrings. Some isos are a good way to build back that strength. Pump up the quads, so it's gonna and pump up the hamstrings, so you can get some nice blood flow around the knee area. And then you just want to get back into restoring, a full squat, some good single leg movement patterns. Once you've restored a good amount of range, you want to do some return to sport plyos. And then once you feel more comfortable with your return to sport plyos, and you built that up, and you've gone from light, medium, and ping tier to deep tier work, and it feels pretty comfortable. You can move side to side in multiple directions. You should be good to be training.
Yeah,
jiu-jitsu.
If your knee isn't locking.
Yeah. Well, restoring full range of motion, yeah.
Yeah, but you can't do that without surgery, basically.
Yeah, basically, if you got a really bad meniscus problem, it's it's
like apparently you can do it by cycling and whittling down your meniscus, and bit by bit. But basically, you're gonna lose that piece anyway.
Yeah,
maybe it'll regrow. Maybe it'll kind of grow back all healthy in that, but probably not. Mate.
Yeah, go see Yeah, well, he said after the repair surgery, so we answered it.
Yeah,
good.
Range of motion, that's it. Right. Strengthen that usual.
Quick
rehab.
One. Thoughts on side hop plyos? They're excellent. That's enough.
They're excellent. They're really. It's just like when you do this and that in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah,
only joking.
Side movements. You need to get to the side. Yeah.
Also,
chop.
Is 36 too late to look at competing jiu-jitsu professionally?
Yes, you fucking idiot. It is. Go to the Masters division. That's why they have Masters.
Could get juiced up, like ridiculously
How
juiced
good
up.
is it? What is did Lovato write their question in?
No,
is that Lovato?
I was gonna say, if you're
Lovato or or Cyborg or Zanji, yeah, maybe. But even those fellas are whittling down. Lovato looks great, to be fair, but he's juiced and he's been doing jiu-jitsu his whole life. So
yeah, Lovato is 36 only by times he's been around the sun.
Some of my athletes are a little bit older fellas in their 30s, and they want to keep doing adult division. I'm like, mate, why are you doing this to yourself? I look at it like,
how old is he? Late 30s?
No, he's like probably similar to my age, probably like 35.
Well, yeah, you can do adult.
And I was like, yeah, but why? Why? Like, dude, you're a successful business guy.
Oh yeah, so he's just a random guy.
Yeah. He's got a job. He's good at jiu-jitsu, but it's like, dude, you got a really good business. Just do the Masters 1 division. Like, don't hang on to the adult. Like, if you're just if you're in your 30s and you're not training jiu-jitsu, every 5-6 days a week and doing some double sessions. It's hard to keep up because these fellas literally they train every day, and some of those days they're doing double sessions and they fucking live and breathe jiu-jitsu. If you're older than 30 and you're not doing that, why would you want to compete against fellas who are doing? Why would you want to do that? Why? There's no point, in my opinion. Just do Masters. It's fun.
Yeah.
Masters is literally just fellas who are hobbyists or like people who take it a little bit more seriously, but they also have things to do with their life. Unlike you fucking jiu-jitsu nerd.
Right, best advice you'd give to a white belt. Have we done this before? Probably. What would you give as advice to a white belt?
Get good at pinning people. Get good at pin escapes. That's what I would say. Get some decent stand up without breaking your knees. I would just do some. I would probably do one private a week. Well, it depends for the fellas who can't afford privates, but I don't know. I would say
you can either go really hard until you get brutally injured.
Don't do that. And
learn that way really quickly, or you can go the softly approach, and you'll probably learn slower, but you won't get injured. I would say, as a white belt, try to do specific rounds.
What?
Like any specific rounds. Just don't spar. Just do specific rounds as a white belt, because you won't know what you're doing, basically, but the specific rounds will make it simple enough that maybe you start to feel how moves are working.
Any specific rounds?
Any specific rounds, to be honest, as long as there's enough, constraints that you don't start to just make shit up. I would say if you're a white belt, your first specific should be from the mount, escaping the mount, something like that.
Yeah, I agree.
That would be very easy to kind of understand.
And side
Spazzing
control
doesn't work, and technique works, and then you go from there. And side control, yes, control, and maybe some close guard as well, because like if you're in the gi, especially, and someone's got the collar grip, like most people could probably escape the mount easier than they could escape close guard when they start. So yeah, something to consider.
That's a well-considered answer.
If you will.
Can you please do an impersonation of a hard-working Chinese man? No, I won't do that.
That is just tasteless. That is disgusting.
Owen's dream match. Who's your dream match, mate? Who do you dream about having a match with?
Go on, Ryan.
Does cock size affect BJJ? Depends.
Surely.
All right.
Is the banter between Wesley and Jed friendly or Drake and Kendricky?
Drake and Kendricky, they don't like each other.
I don't think it's friendly. Those are oppositions.
They don't like each other whatsoever.
No. They're both kind of the same in a way. They're both
roadman.
Roadman. Not quite, but roadman-ish from London.
Yeah.
Did very well as a Ute. But at the moment, who would you say? Oh, it's a tough match, we were discussing it yesterday. Who would win between Owen and Jed?
I'll probably give it to young Wes.
And
young Wesley's got he's more experienced, I would say. Not like in terms of he's been in the United States of America with high level competition.
He came back very sharp from the US of A, and I think Jed is very injured at the moment. However, I would say Jed is more experienced in competition.
Sure.
Yeah.
But the
he's
United
very good
States
at winning super fights.
The United States of America training is at a different level than the United Kingdom level of training.
Yeah. I mean, depends where you go, isn't it? And it depends just who specifically you train with. But Wes has done a lot of training with Chen.
Wes is training.
That's going to be some effective training.
With the top boys and them.
Yeah, with Monsieur Chen. I don't know. That's a tough one. Polaris.
I would love to see that match. Why
make it happen?
Jed, Owen Jones, make that match happen. Pay the fellas handsomely well.
Handsomely.
Don't pay them peanuts, mate. Give them a nice, handsome paycheck, because it will draw a lot of attention.
It would actually.
It'd be a fantastic match to see. Everyone wants to see that match. Yeah. You're damn right you'd take it, match.
Damn right you'd take it.
Just pay them handsomely, Polaris. Don't cheap out on them, boss.
Whoa.
Give them some
Man, I have
cash.
no complaints about the Polaris pay. Anyway.
Give them some good cash.
When is seated guard instructional? Whenever they edit it and release it, yes, I have a seated guard instructional. That's right. That's right.
You're fucking damn right, dude.
Hey, we fucking got defunded. Fuck, man. Let's just edit all of that out so that we keep all our money. Yeah. I need a name, by the way, if you want to just put the name in the comment section.
Seated at Epstein's Island, guard instructional. Sitting at
it's shin on shin, so I wanted to do like Shindlers. Without the C.
Schindler's List.
Schindler's List of seated techniques. It would sound like a Charlie and the Chocolate Factory like episode or something.
Schindler's List on Epstein's Island. Seated garden
Poor
Epstein.
Schindler's List of seated techniques.
Right, okay,
Beautiful.
answer this quickly. 3 things that make good
hell.
jiu-jitsu coaches.
Oh,
Wait, 3 things that make a good jiu-jitsu coach, both training and comp day. There you go. What 3 things that make a good jiu-jitsu coach?
Watches jiu-jitsu religiously. 1. 2. Also watches other martial arts religiously, like wrestling and judo. And finally, let's just count that as 1 actually, because you just have to watch a lot of martial arts first of all. Be
Sport.
all knowing, and then maybe a bit of psychology thrown in there so you can try to hype your athletes up. And finally, I'd say just like a basic S&C knowledge. Those are probably 3 very important things, like really good knowledge and detail, ability to speak to people and psychologize them, therapize them, if you will, in some way, and then S&C knowledge just to make sure that I don't know about the S&C one actually, but it seems mildly important. Maybe just so you can kind of train people's cardio in the training as well, or at least prepare them, for like a 15-minute ADCC or something like that.
Yeah, good understanding of energy systems.
Yeah, there you go. A good understanding of energy systems. Although there might be a better one available as a coach if you've only got 3 things. But knowing a lot.
Being invested in the sport of jiu-jitsu, number 1.
Yeah.
Number 2, being able to coach effectively, communicate with people. And number 3, have an understanding of what you're trying to achieve in the training room. You don't seem convinced on this, mate.
The third one I'm not really sure about. Like the first 2 seem pretty adequate. I don't know. Write in, fellas. Write your comments.
What a pathetic answer.
I'm really sorry.
You
just
do know.
2.
Okay,
There's
just 2 things. Watch a lot of jiu-jitsu.
But the others are not on the par with watching all martial arts and being able to communicate with people and get the best out of them, really, really.
Yeah, there you go. You're happy with that?
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
All right.
No other skills required.
That's it.
Is that even true? Oh, have lots of free time. Be able to drive a car. There you go.
Bicep to tricep ratio in terms of training volume and strength level. Mate, just shut up, honestly. Just get strong at pushing and pulling. There's no magical ratio. Get that fucking idea.
There are 3 triceps and only 2 biceps.
There's 3 heads of the triceps.
So every
biceps, yeah.
So every 3 reps you do on the tricep,
you got to do 15 on the bicep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Forget about ratios of push and pull together. You just want to be strong collectively
Sounds
throughout
like being
them.
facetious. Wow.
Yeah.
I was being serious.
Facetious.
Okay. No, seriously. Okay. Dealing with opponents, head under your chin, trying to stretch you out in half butterfly. Stretch you out.
I'll fucking stretch you out.
No thanks.
I don't know if I want that, yeah.
No, let's not. So I would say if someone's tucking their head too much down, you should push their head down and try to underhook an arm or a leg at the same time.
100%.
It's like an 100%er, but you can literally do it on people's legs. It doesn't have to be the arm. You can 100% of someone's entire leg. Does that even do you understand? Like you push their head between their legs and underhook their leg. So their head is under your armpit, but their leg is over your shoulder. Madness. That is a tap. Tap, if I've ever seen one.
What's this tap thing you're talking about? Tap.
What are you talking about?
Tap.
Yeah, just tap. That's how I tap.
Oh, is that how you say it?
Yeah, that's...
Tap. Tap.
Well, I'm just informing my partner that I'm in danger now and I'd like to stop around.
Chop, chop, chop.
Yeah, that's
the
enough.
Giga Chad tap.
That's it.
That's enough. I'll chop to that. Chop.
Tapping on your own terms. Yeah, no, enough.
Chop to that. Chop. Chop.
Right, and let's say you push someone's head down and they lift their head up, but they keep kind of low. Then I'll go for a lat frame and try and duck my head under and attack the leg or the arm. That's all I've got to say on that one for now. For now, anyway. I've only got one more really good question. Well, one more appropriate question left. So I'll just say it, will I? Efficient single leg entries which aren't going to kill you with a sprawl. What a perfect question.
That's a good question.
It's a perfect question, if you know what I mean.
Perfect-ish team.
Yeah.
Control the hand.
Keep them anonymous.
Yeah, this is it.
So yeah.
Answer the
Honestly,
question.
you are going to get sprawled on. I don't think you'll ever see a single leg entry unless they just kind of let you have it where the guy doesn't try to sprawl. So you need to mix a shot where they sprawl and just come out and just keep shooting and making them sprawl and coming out until eventually they sprawl a bit less. Okay, how you can do that or how you can make people pull away is you do a fake to the leg, they bring their leg back, you get a collar tie and you pull their head down, they lift their head up and then you fake to the leg and then you go back to the head and you continue doing so, okay, and then eventually you can time when you have a collar tie and they're lifting their head up, you are already grabbing their leg. So you get closer and closer to either a really strong collar tie snap or a leg fake or a grip on the leg. And you just continue doing that. And sometimes it looks retarded, like you're literally just spazzing high, spazzing low. But if that's what it takes to make people react, that's what you do. So everyone's going to sprawl. And if they sprawl all the time on you, then it means that they're buying your attack and that you should probably limb palm some more times so that maybe sometimes they don't know if you're attacking. Sometimes they think you're just faking and they just kind of let you grab their leg. Then you just lift up their leg and then they sprawl really hard. Then you limb palm and so on. I hope that clears up everything. I hope that sort of solves everything in the world.
I hope that clears everything up.
Everything.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
What's your favorite stand-up strategy at the moment to get collar ties, people moving around, get people feet moving where you want them to? What do you like to do?
Just leaning on them. So as in, I put weight on them where if they weren't there, I would fall over. So I'm always just leaning on them and kind of circling around them as I lean.
Cunning an angle.
I'll just fall on them, and either they'll go straight back in a line, in which case very easy to hand fight and win like leg attacks, or they'll kind of push in, and then we'll do a kind of circling thing where you're using your head position to get angle and hand fighting potentially, and a lot of faking. I'm also trying to be very relaxed with my arms, so I just lean and like on people, so push towards them with your legs independently whilst you pummel with the hands and just constantly faking high and low. Honestly, what I find most jiu-jitsu people give up is a front headlock very easily. They kind of like negative, they move backwards, they're very aware of you attacking their legs, so they're very keen to sprawl. Then you fake, and then it's very easy chin strap most of the time. And if you're good at following up from a chin strap, then you get easy front headlocks, but it's kind of boring at the same time. So yeah, mix that. And then depends on the partner. Some people like to grab you a lot and they have very like tense grips. So you have to, if you want to try to clear the grip and then grab them, it takes too long. So you want to kind of use their grips against them. And some people are very like scatty and reactive and they kind of spazzy and, you know, hands open, fingers always near your eyes. So these kind of people, I would either try and control their hands or I'll just be faking high and low to make them overreact and fall over, or just like stop reacting. Sometimes you fake loads and people just stop reacting because they kind of go deer in headlights, and then you can do something else easy. Against the better people, I feel like I get mostly, slide bys, like hand fighting to leg fakes to slide bys.
Because they're coming in closer to you, they're engaging with you more.
Yeah, because I kind of have to, they're making grips on me that I can't instantly clear. I can't, and I've got to go less risky techniques as well, because otherwise you get punished a bit easier. Yeah, that's another one. So that's what I'd be doing. And also I've been doing quite a lot of ankle picks. Been enjoying some ankle picks from standing.
You love that.
Inside, outside, right arm, the other one. Fucking love those. What else?
From city guard.
From standing, yeah. Ankle picks from standing. Just like a wrist grip and then just fucking yank that arm. The leg, sorry. And yeah, it's really effective. And single legs, yeah. Just really enjoying my wrestling at the moment and my J pointing.
You've been working on your J pointing recently. Any details you want to share?
No.
Okay. How's your Patreon going? Should we bring back Technique Tip of the Week?
We could do, but your fans don't like it apparently. Arseholes.
I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Arseholes. Yeah, the Patreon's going all right, but the thing is, right, and here it is. The Patreon app is so shit, I literally can't upload videos half the time.
What the fuck? What?
Like, I will literally...
It takes too long to upload?
So I'll put it in like low quality and it will upload quickly, and then it just won't upload. Like I'll get to the publishing bit, I'll see it in the thing like publishing, but it'll just be publishing. Like I've got like 20 different videos that are just publishing that I had to re-upload that are just stuck there in my drafts thing.
Let me have a look at them.
Right, it's just
okay.
Right now in front of everyone. Let's do it after. But yeah, basically Patreon is a shit app, so I'm thinking to go to another one. It's super glitchy. I've gone on the website. I've gone on the actual app. So yeah, maybe we're gonna have to change there because it is very, very inconvenient. You understand? But anyway, fucking hell, look at the size of that fucking. Jesus, look like a taxi. You look like a yellow taxi, fat bitch.
The viewing gallery. Fucking beautiful.
Yeah, so anyway, I mean,
you literally could do OnlyFans. That could actually be a good job.
I would be more consistent if it wasn't such a ball ache. Like every time I upload, also I have to be present, keeping the phone screen active, or else it just like closes and nothing happens. And the videos, it's literally per attempt, it is like 10 minutes to upload.
Let me have a go at it this week.
Mate,
in the Lost Bed Videos internet, they got very good internet.
I remember watching stuff on it is not that useful.
Yeah,
like,
let's do OnlyFans.
Yeah, I might have to change over to OF, but then I'm going to lose all my customers.
No, you just make them transfer over.
Make them
ask
them politely.
Over. Yeah, I think it could be a good chat for you. I'll have a look at it this week for you, boss. But yeah, I think you need to change it quick so you can keep making.
That's why people do such short videos on
maybe
Patreon.
Maybe technique tip of the week.
I want to do longer videos, but it's too shit an app.
Let's get the technique tip of the week back in.
Let's do
that,
mate.
I love that. Short, sharp. I think it'd be good for both of us, really. Right? Okay. Are you right? Okay. Next question. What is the best sport for children to practice develop athleticism? I think gymnastics. That's what you said.
Judo.
Yeah.
Gymnastics, surely.
Gymnastics is really, really good. Why? Because it helps you get really fucking strong. It's excellent for developing tendon and ligament strength earlier on because you're doing a lot of strength movement patterns, a lot of isometric holds. You have a very good understanding of, exactly. You build your balance because you're doing, plyometrics, you're jumping, you're learning to figure out where your body is in space, a good kinesthetic awareness, which is really important when you learn how to do flips, you learn how to move upside down on rings, bars, and that side. Because you're doing those strength movement patterns, you're going to get tremendously strong. I honestly would say do some kind of, it doesn't really matter what you do so much as a kid when it comes to sport. But what I would say, I can actually take that back because it's going to be a bit of a paradox to what I'm about to say now. Fucking idiot.
What have you done?
You want to get really strong. So gymnastics or some calisthenics work, I think is a must. And then either like a wrestling or a judo, I think is probably really, really good. Even jiu-jitsu, because if you learn these movement patterns when you're a kid, your susceptibility to being able to do them later on in life without thinking as much. Is that the right word I'm looking for? Susceptibility? No. You just have a better you just have a better understanding of how to perform these movement patterns, and you learn them much more efficiently as a child. And if you ingrain them as a child, they will be ingrained. This is where you see people who are really, everyone you have some freak judo guy or some freak wrestler at the gym who's been wrestling since he's a kid, and they can just really fuck people up.
Yeah.
Because they have a good understanding of what they need to be doing because they've done it since they were a child.
But honestly, the key is, I think, at 11 to 17.
Yeah.
Those are the years. Yeah. If you don't skip those years, you will be good at anything.
Well, this is the Russian method, isn't it? No, it's called the pyramid of strength. I think when you're a kid, let's say, 3 till 11, do a whole range of sports. Let your kids do whatever they want. Just let them pick, tennis, basketball, a bit of gymnastics, ball sports, karate, taekwondo, whatever they want to do. Karate. Mix it up because you're going to have a good base understanding of, how to move your body through space. You're going to be getting strong through doing sports, rugby, football, whatever, exposing yourself to a large variety of things. And you can specialize a little bit more when you're 11 and 12. I think that's where, judo, wrestling, jiu-jitsu would be very fucking useful.
Maybe wrestling would just be the best.
I think wrestling is the best.
Wrestling has a more varied, maybe not actually, no, that might be just bullshit. But I was saying wrestling compared to gymnastics, maybe there's a more varied
both
amount of movements, because wrestling obviously does a lot of gymnastics in it.
Yeah.
But also there's wrestling moves.
Yeah. So if you have the time to do a bit of both, fuck me, you'll be an absolute monster. You really will. We got to finish?
Let's call it there. We'll just have one more reference to Parry, right? Go and check out their website. Don't forget, if you watch the whole podcast now, just literally do the clicks. They'll see how many clicks we get. So the more clicks, and in fact, they'll see how many things you directly purchase. So if you can just get the most expensive item,
several times
over, and buy one for your friends. Christmas is coming. Winter is coming.
Yeah, check it out. Get the jackets, get the hoodies. I'm going to get a hoodie. I'm going to get a hat.
Also, there's a code that will probably put lower down the page below, in the description, and you can use that for money off. And yeah, each person who buys anything, we get a Bentley per.
Just buy as much stuff as you can. Get some gifts for your friends. Do it, mate. Parry, Westside Barbell Method. Shout out.
Yeah, that would be good. And then following that, directly from their website, go to BJJ Fanatics, type in Owen O'Flanagan seated guard instructional. It's not going to be there yet, but just keep typing it in every single day until it comes up.
Yep.
And your seated guard will improve.
Let's have a look at your OnlyFans and Patreon this week. Let's sort that out.
Yeah, it's going to have to be changed around, I reckon.
Guys, check out my fitter sports programs.
Fitter sports.
Check out my fitter programs. People ask me, what's the best program to do? Just do the 4-week Matt Strong program first. The 4-week program. It's a one-off purchase. Get it, mate. It's a great program. Over 1,000 people have purchased that program now. It's really excellent. Really good. So that's the one, guys.
If you say so yourself.
Yeah, and for myself, remember, like, subscribe to the podcast. That is it.
Thanks, guys.
I guess this is goodbye then.
All right, bye then.